Hi guys, this is video 12 and today we will be going over the basics of databases and MySQL. We will also be revisiting creating databases, creating a table, inserting a table, selecting, deleting, and updating. We will be learning PHP MyAdmin. First, let's go over MySQL database. What is a MySQL? MySQL is the most popular database system used with PHP. Data in MySQL databases are stored in tables, which are basically like a collection of related data. PHP and MySQL database systems are cross-platforms, and database queries can query database for specific information. To create a MySQL database using MySQLi and PDO, you use the create database statement to create a database. When we create a database, we must specify only the first three arguments to the MySQLi object: the server name, the username, and the password. We must use specific port and add empty strings for the database name argument. Now let's go over creating a table. To create a table using MySQLi and PDO, we have to use the create table statement. The data type specifies what type of data the column holds. And after we specify the data type, we specify other attributes like the not null, the default, unassigned, auto increment, and primary key. The not null is in each row you must contain a value for that column. And the default value sets the default value when no other value is passed. The unassigned is used for number types, and it also limits store data to positive numbers and zeros only. The auto increment automatically increases value of field by 1 each time a new record is added. The primary key is used to uniquely identify rows in tables, often as an ID number, and it's used with auto increment. Now let's go over inserting data. There are a few rules to inserting data. First, SQL query must be quoted in PHP. Second, the string values inside SQL query must be quoted. Third, numeric values mustn't be quoted. Fourth, the word null mustn't be quoted either. We use the insert into statement to add data. To select data from a MySQL database, we use the select statement to select data from tables. You use the asterisk to select all columns from tables. To select data with MySQLi, you have to first set up the SQL query that selects desired columns from tables. Then we run the query and put the resulting data into a variable. We use the function num_rows, open parentheses, close parentheses, to check if more than 0 rows are returned. If more than 0 rows returned, we use the fetch_assoc, open parentheses, close parentheses function to put results into an array. The while, open parentheses, close parentheses loop loops through result sets and outputs data from a desired column. To select data with PDO, we use prepared statements, and then we select the desired columns and which displays it in the HTML table. To delete data, we use the delete statement to delete records from a table. To update data, we use the update statement to update existing records. Next, we will be newly learning what the PHP MyAdmin is. Okay, so PHP MyAdmin is an administrator's tool of sorts. And the PHP MyAdmin is a PHP script meant for giving users the ability to interact with their MySQL databases. Many websites, such as WordPress, stores all of its information in the MySQL database and interacts with the database to generate information within the WordPress site. A raw view of the data, tables, and fields stored in the MySQL database is accessible through PHP MyAdmin. What is PHP MyAdmin good for? The PHP MyAdmin program is handy for performing maintenance operations on tables, backing up information, and editing things directly in the event that a website is not working. Occasionally, someone will post a SQL query of some benefit or other that can be run using PHP MyAdmin. Although many of the same tasks can be performed on the MySQL command line, doing so is not an option for many people. Where can you get PHP MyAdmin? You can often get PHP MyAdmin from host control panels such as cPanel and Plesk. Have PHP MyAdmin pre-installed so there's nothing special you have to do to use it. It is usually linked from the database page, so first ask your host if this is available. You can download a PHP MyAdmin yourself and install it you can install it from the main PHP MyAdmin on WordPress too. Warning: with great power comes great responsibility. PHP MyAdmin allows you to interact with the database directly. It also lets you mess up the database directly. There is no undo or undelete in your database. So always remember to exercise caution when working with the database. Now that we've covered PHP MyAdmin, let's go over and see what we've covered. We covered the MySQL database. We covered how to create a database. We covered creating a table. We also covered the insert data and select data, delete data, and update data. These are all the components in Unit 4, and Video 12 helps summarize all of these new components.